property rights, the whole concept of property rights. Sometimes I have to change the language. I have to say, would you like to increase security of ownership or something? So they have the vision. And the second thing is, economically, it's a very secure country. It belongs to the... now it's part of the European Union. When I started working, it was not. But it has a currency board with euros, so it doesn't have any currency fluctuation. So for all private investors that want to participate, Bulgaria is a good place to be. It's a very good place to be. And there are many other reasons. Anelia Tanasova is another reason.
Yes.
Question back there.
Yes, please. Oh my gosh, yes. Hi.
Thank you so much. Congratulations. I would like to take the reverse model. I'm from Iraq, and very often what's happening today is people are forced to leave their homes, and you have militias occupying their homes, or they have connections with the current government and presenting false documentation that they own this property. Or in some incidents, they are forced to sell their property for, 1/10 of what it's worth, with a gun to their head, say, this or leave, or we'll kill you. So I guess what my question is, well, it also, with the model in 48, what happened in Palestine, the whole migration and the whole, I was curious if you have any input on that.
Input on okay.
On the reverse.
I work in Palestine, and I'm actually involved in the peace talks. If that can say anything, I don't know if it does. The United Nations has a list of human rights. First generation human rights, second generation human rights. Property rights is the #1 in the second generation human rights. As much as I wish to claim that this is going to be resolving all your problems today, it cannot. If you are in an environment of fight, the only way I could see a resolution is if everybody realizes that we're really fighting over the wealth of the individuals, of these people, of these citizens, and issue something like a bond, whereby you can say you can leave, because if you want to leave, you can leave, but that bond will pay you back an equivalent amount if you want to come back. Do you understand what I'm saying? Just a bond. If you have land, it's the same way that they did the restitution in Eastern Europe. Only that you would preempt it. You would think about. Now I'm thinking about that off the top of my head right now. But I'm thinking that could be a way that you could at least come. You know that this is something happening. You cannot stop it. So at least you say you can either leave now and pay a tenth of a price, or you can take a piece of paper, which is no money, with the hope that this paper will be enforced 15 years from now when you want to come back. I would apply this type of institutional reform in Iraq far before we walked in, I think, to try to alleviate confrontation. I'm trying to establish it now in Palestine, if I can. Thank you. I'm sorry. I don't know if I gave you an appropriate answer. Anybody else? Anybody? Last chance, last call. Here you are. You see, I said the magical.
Again, congratulations, and I arrived a little late, so I apologize if you've already covered this. But
no problem.
What is it that those of us who are lay people, who are not economists, could be doing or should be doing to help promote or address this issue?
Wow, that's a difficult question. Frank?
They could become economists.
We can become economists, Arthur said.
They could invest.
What can you do?
Yeah.
Become more aware, actually. For instance, I brought up the example of Deborah. I brought up the example of Bank of America. Bank of America is an interesting bank. It has a chunk of it, half of it is investment banking, half of it is community banking. And the community banking is all based on building